Have you heard about the story of the farmer that set up trap for rodents? Let me share the story with you. You're going to understand the dimension of what we want to share. A farmer, because his farm was being disturbed by rodents, set a trap for rodents. And when the rat saw it, the rat was pained. The rat went and told the chicken that, see, there is a trap here. And the chicken was like, it doesn't concern me now. That trap is for you now. Why are you worried? The rodent ran to the goat and told the goat, there's a trap here. And the goat was like, it's none of my business now. That's your own bother. The trap is for you. Rodent went and met the cow. The cattle said, well, sorry, there's nothing I can do to assist you. They all abandoned the rat because they felt the trap was for the rat, which was for the rat. And that night, a snake was caught on the trap. So the wife of the farmer coming to check the trap was bitten by the snake. So the farmer's wife developed fever. And it was believed that if you use chicken soup to prepare medicine for a snake victim, the snake victim will get well. So the chicken that night was taken and killed to make the pepper soup for the farmer's wife. So because the fever continued, they got some guests and said, well, let's kill the goat and prepare meat for this guest. They killed the goat and prepared meat for the guest. And in the process, the wife of the farmer died. And they had to do a feast. They killed the cow to prepare the feast. And the rat that was supposed to be the target of the trap still lived on. Why this is what people that felt it doesn't concern them, they fell victim by the wayside. What are we talking about? Recently, we heard of the assassination or the killing, gruesome killing of the lawyer in Imo State, in Mbidi, a popular lawyer. I wouldn't want to mention his name, but you can see his picture. He was killed. And because he was killed, the lawyers in Imo State, they decided to stop court proceeding after his death, that there was not going to be any sitting. They were protesting because a lawyer was killed. That is interesting. Now, you are aware of the doctor that was kidnapped. And the doctor was kidnapped, so the NMA in the particular state said they're going to go on strike because a doctor was kidnapped. Also, you must have been aware of the Reverend Father that was kidnapped or the priest that was shot. You see, this is a daily occurrence in the southeastern states. And we are not doing anything about it. We're not doing anything about it because we felt it does not concern us. It doesn't get to us. Now, if I should ask, the lawyers that decided to go on strike because a fellow lawyer was killed, was that lawyer the first person that was killed in the state? Nothing was done. They went about their normal duties, and because a lawyer was involved now, they want to go on strike. What stopped us from going on strike when those people, a lot of people were killed daily, people are being killed daily, we're not doing anything about it. And suddenly the lawyers want to go on strike, the doctors want to go on strike because it affects them. So when the ordinary man on the street is being kidnapped and killed, it does not affect them. You see, we need to change our orientation. We need to understand the collective responsibility of each and every one of us in combating and fighting crime and criminality. Otherwise, we will continue to be victims. You see, I like the song by Lucky Dube when he said, you don't really know about it, you don't care about it until the long man with a long coat comes on your door, it becomes your turn. That is when you wake up to that realization. And now we're made to understand the House member representing Onitsha that has been kidnapped for over a month. Nothing has been heard about it. And we are okay. Other House members are okay. I saw a report about some Labour Party members saying the House is silent, but they are in the House. They are saying the House is silent. You see, this is the realization that we've come to live. Forgetting that the House member representing Agwata, I think Agwata, was sometimes kidnapped and beheaded. Nothing was done by the House because it doesn't concern them. It is not me. I am not involved. And so when the houses keep burning, we are comfortable that it does not come to our house. See, we need to change our orientation. We need to understand that when one is maimed, when one is kidnapped, it might get to our turn. We should take that responsibility and fight for the release of the others. If the doctors have been going on strike before, the lawyers have been stopping courts before, the priests they've been stopping Sunday services and say enough is enough for the kidnappings and killings and criminalities, it would have been something the government would listen to, everybody would listen to and put their hands on the plow and see what we can do about security. But because we are trying to do it selectively, that is why we are not getting the required result. So the message today is this. Just like the story of the rat that went to tell the chicken, they went to tell the goat and the cow. You saw how they left, how they all died in the place of the rat. It might get to your doorstep if nothing is done about it. Don't wait it to affect you directly before you take responsibility. If the lawyers in Anambra decide to go on strike, the lawyers in Imo State decide to go on strike, the lawyers in Abia State, all the lawyers decide to go on strike because of the spate of kidnappings, is good news. It's going to help turn things around. If the doctors decide to do the same, it's going to turn things around. The civil servants, the civil service, we all agree, put our hands collectively and say, yes, enough is enough. You go on strike. Don't wait for it to hit you before you strike. It's going to help us. So I'm calling on each and every one of us. It is collective responsibility. Until we rise up, we will continue to fall. And then we don't know what will happen. A time is coming when we'll be overrun. We'll be hiding even in our own country. The message, like they say, is enough for the wise. We're going to see you in our next video.